I am Bill Singleton, principal of Dothan High School in Dothan, Alabama. That came about through a restructuring of Dothan City Schools during the 2018-2019 school year.
Dothan High School is a brand new high school this year. Last year we had Dothan High School and Northview High School, which were on opposite sides of town, and over the summer we combined into one high school, and now we are one school of about 1,500 students.
Dothan High School, lots of kids. Just like any other high school, typical kids. All of them are under the same amount of pressure, this ACT.
So the ACT is a very important assessment, not only for the school, but more importantly for the students. The ACT can open up many opportunities for students with scholarship dollars so that students can attend college and hopefully be able to graduate debt-free.
So our ACT scores over the last few years were on a downward spiral, so things were not really going well with ACT. So last year we made it our goal to not only stop that downward spiral, but to also make an increase in our scores.
And indeed, that happened last year. We were able to turn it around and head the scores back in a positive direction, but those scores were not where I thought they needed to be. We looked at our ACT scores. While we were very excited that our scores did begin to move up, we wanted it better for our students. We wanted our students to excel at the highest levels possible. And so we put a plan together to not only have our teachers working with our students, but we would bring in additional resources. One of those was USA Test Prep. We looked at outside ACT tutors. We were very fortunate to be introduced to Dr. Virgil with Chaps.
Hi, my name is Dr. Jackie Virgil, and I am the director and founder of Chaps, Inc.
I had never heard of Chaps until our new football coach mentioned that he had worked with Dr. Virgil with some of his athletes. So for me, previously an English teacher, I was always looking for ways to help students increase their scores, and when I saw that Dr. Virgil had this track record of being able to increase scores by 3 to 5 points, immediately I'm intrigued and I need to know what she's doing.
And after meeting with her, talking with her, we were able to come up with a plan where Dr. Virgil was able to come into our school and work with our students during regular class time, and then also Saturday sessions.
I was completely surprised, I had never tackled an assignment like that before. Like, we're talking out of the 551 total kids here, you want me to.
When you talk about student athletes, or when you talk about parents and their children, you're talking about very small numbers. We were looking at 550, 575 students. So it was a big undertaking.
My name is DeAndre Austin, and I am the math and science tutor for Chaps. Just got out of school, and she gave me a call, asked me did I want to come down to Dothan to do some ACT tutoring, kind of similar how we've already been doing it. It was no problem for me to come down and continue to help do what we've been doing. One of my biggest things is being able to help those who just don't have that insight. Like they say, it takes a village to raise kids, and the village can come from anywhere. They never said how big the village has to be, so in order for that village to thrive, in order for that village to continue to grow, it takes everybody being able to instill every single nugget of information that they need.
The problem with our kids and performing on the ACT is the language. It almost seems foreign to them. And so that's what I focus on. I focus on changing the language for the kids so they can understand what they're looking at. I always start with reading, because essentially ACT is a reading exam. You struggle in reading comprehension, you're going to struggle in the entire exam. If comprehension is an issue for you, ACT would be a problem for you. So I work on things that makes understanding the language of the test easier. That's what I do. And I give it to them real. I don't, I come where they are. Honest, kids aren't cookie cutter. I can't teach every kid the same way.
I think one of the things Dr. Virgil provided our students that was huge is a list of the formulas in math that are not provided on the ACT.
Just seeing the way that our students have reacted to Dr. Virgil and just the fact that someone was brought in to help them. I think for a lot of our students to know that somebody cared enough to go out and get help for them, to help them do better, has made a difference.
When prepping students for the ACT, one of the things that my staff and I, we specialize in is identifying test anxiety. And test anxiety comes in so many forms, just like anxiety in itself. It's not always the kicking and screaming. No. Test anxiety comes in a moment where you see a kid sitting there taking the test and they just stop. They are frozen in the moment. They're not daydreaming. They have shut down. So you got to be able to identify that.
Dr. Virgil is a true educator. I learned very quickly that she could be a teacher in any classroom.
My short-term goal for our students is that they walk into that testing room Tuesday and they're confident and they feel like they have what it takes to conquer that test. And then for the 6-week goal, when we get those test scores back, I hope that we have not only met our goal of a 3-point increase, but have blown that out of the water.
I believe after having our teachers work in the classrooms with our students and having Dr. Virgil work in the classrooms with our students and having Dr. Virgil work on Saturdays with our students, that our students' ACT scores this year will see a significant increase.
You know, it's kind of scary because I have no doubts in my mind that those kids are going to jump from that 18 to a 21 average. I have no doubts.
The one thing I would probably say is it's totally worth it. Be willing to take that chance, be willing to spend that extra money to give your students that opportunity. It's definitely worth everything that you would put into it.